You have to have an x-ray. And it was Good Friday. No, it was Holy Thursday. So Billy gets in the car and we go to the hospital. We have an x-ray. And they showed me the x-ray, and it looked like a 6-inch platter with little bits of hail. It looked like hailstones. And he said, "Do you eat a lot of fried foods?" And I said, "Yes," because we ran a little restaurant, and fried foods for me was a quickie. And I said, "Yeah, I eat a lot of fried foods." He said, "Well, that's gallstones, but you got to have it out." So on Good Friday, I went to the hospital, and they opened me up. But they opened me up here, right here exactly, not down here. They thought it was gallstones. So they opened me up, and I was on the operating table 3 hours, and I don't want to put the cart before the horse. I was on the operating table for 3 hours, and I came to, and number one, the doctor said he said to me, I advise you, Kathy, not to have any more children. So I mean, I just let that go like a grain of salt. So I came home, not knowing everything, and one nurse came to me, and she gave me a shot in the rear end, right here. I can still remember the spot. It was clear, and that was now believe me, that was the only medication I received. Every month I would have to go for a checkup. A couple of times they found polyps. And then I would go every 3 months, then it was every 6 months, then it was once a year, till I reached 5 years. And after 5 years, he said, "You don't have to come anymore." So I was very happy. But he still reminded me, don't have any more children. Now, I'm a Catholic and I'm an Italian. A Catholic and an Italian having birth control, abortions, give me a break. So that was out of the question. So we just lived normally, and I had 3 more children. So one day, exactly August 14th, 1958, my father was hit by a truck, and he wasn't going to make it. So I went to see my father, and when I was going through the corridor, the doctor that operated on me saw me, and he's grabbing me and hugging me and kissing me, and I said to Billy, I just want to tell you now, he's going to be my second husband. He was so handsome, Ray. He was handsome. Billy goes, "Kathy," and I'll never forget this statement. "I hate to bust your bubble," but he said, "Come in here," and we found an empty room. He says, "You remember when you had that big operation?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "We didn't tell you. You had cancer. You had 3 years to live. They decided not to tell you because I told them that you worried all the time, and I still do." So he said, "We let you go on thinking that it was gallstones, and that I was prepared for 3 years to go by, and it would come out again, and then that would be the end of you." So anyway, I had 3 more children. They didn't have chemo and radiation, you have to remember that. I did not have any medication, on my word of honor. And I lived to be 85 with no repercussions of that operation. And I had 3 more children, but the moral of the story was this. Number one, I did not baby myself, no matter what. I liked it, I was thin. I didn't baby myself. I worked 2 jobs. I had the 5 children. And we took life one day at a time. Billy was sweet. He never let on what he kept inside. But my mother prayed a lot. And I know that my mother's prayers saved me, but there's one little catch. And my mother always told me this. If I did not have, I call him Little Billy because my husband was Big Bill, 6'2". God, I was jealous of that 6'2".
She's fine.
So we called my son Little Billy and my husband Big Bill. Little Billy went to Vietnam. He left college and went to Vietnam, and he was killed 3 months after he got there. And my mother claims, and I believe my mother, if I wasn't pregnant for little Billy, I never would have known there was a bunch in my tummy that was malignant. So my mother claims that our Lord, and I'm not a religious fanatic, I just have a lot of faith. My mother claims that our Lord made me get pregnant for little Billy 13 months after I had Kathy, and so that I would not be eaten up by cancer and having to go to the hospital for little Billy. They found the cancer, and then I'm as big as health, as big as life, and my son gets killed in Vietnam. So my mother claims that God opens one door and closes the other. He took your son to save you, and that's the way it is. And I'm here, but I have to tell you this. Number one, do not think about your ailment. Number two, do not baby yourself. Number three, do not be a couch potato. Number four, work. I mean, actually, do at least 20 minutes a day of labor. I swear to God, you're going to make it. Be optimistic, though. See, I didn't know what was going on. So that means you got to be optimistic. You know what's going on. But be optimistic. Think of 5 foot, 100 pounds, old lady that's still here. But keep working and be optimistic. That's all I got.
She's a great little bowler. She washes all of her own windows inside and out.
I pile wood.
Wow. At 86, you're 86.
And she chases
86 next month. Because it's wonderful. I love to tell that story. It's the gospel truth. There isn't one word of makeup. It makes me feel so happy that I'm still here, really. And everybody in my in-law side are gone, and everybody in my family are gone. And I'm the only one here. Sometimes it gets really lonesome. It really does. It gets lonesome.
But you got a great grandchild.
I have a great granddaughter, a son.
I'll come visit you.
So you guys, you think of me and you'll say, I'm going to fight this. And you will. I swear to God, you're going to fight it.
That's right.
All my family died of cancer, by the way.
Wow.
One had bone, one had brain, one had pancreatic cancer, lung cancer. I mean, name it. It was all in my family, and I'm here.
You're running so fast.
I didn't smoke or I didn't drink. I started drinking when I moved to Hewlett's.